Hey guys, it's Mr. Roberts. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I'm switching things up a little bit this week, and instead of you guys filling out your answers on a Google Doc, you're all going to fill out your answers on a Google form, and everything's going to be on one sheet. It's going to look like this. So like today's lesson looks like this, and you fill it out. You have to fill out every question, so I'm just going to fill this out so that you see, and pick JSU, and then click next. And then the PD ends on one page. You answer your questions, yada yada yada. Go next, and then those weren't the answers, by the way. And then each section, I'm still going to be doing the work on this so that you can see what I'm writing, but you're going to be filling out on the Google form, and then when you're done, you're just going to press submit so that everything gets to me in one spot, and it'll make it a lot easier for all of us. All right, so we're going to start the lesson. If you have not done your PDN, pause the video until you get it done so you can check your answers with me. All right, so the first question says, in 2012, about 576,412 people lived in Wyoming, which shows this number using base 10 numerals. And that is 576,412. That would be this one. The next one says, which rounds to 70,000 when rounding to the nearest thousand? And that would be this one here. And then it says, Nick has 700 baseball cards. He gives 374 to his younger sister. How many cards does Nick have? So you're going to subtract 700 minus 374, which equals 276. So your answer is that one there. All right. On to the next section, introduction to new materials. Today we're going to be talking about rays and angles. Don't know why this says rays there. You are filling out your notes as this is going on. So it says a ray is part of a line that has one endpoint and extends in one direction forever. All right, so if we're looking at this ray here, this is a ray. This right here is a ray. So as we see, it extends in one direction. It's going in this, not the band. It's going in this direction right here. And it starts at the endpoint. It starts at the endpoint B. Mathematicians refer to a ray beginning with its endpoint. The way just some extra information you need to know. The way that we write a ray, you could just say ray BA, and we would say BA because it starts with the endpoint. The endpoint is B, so we say BA. We don't say AB because you wouldn't start with the end of the line. You start with the endpoint. Then the symbol for it would be BA, and then it's just the arrow going in one direction, going towards the other letter, starting at the endpoint. All right, so that's how we write rays. All right. The next part says, in order to create an angle, we will need two rays that share the same endpoints. The shared endpoint is called the vertex. All right. So I'm trying to do two things at once and I need to focus. So an angle here, some things you need to know about angles. Angles usually have this symbol written in them to show that it's an angle. And the way that you would write the angle is, you can write it a couple ways. You draw, it's kind of like a less than sign, but you take the three letters, A, B, C. So A, B, C. The vertex is always in the middle. So this also could be called angle CBA. Or and there's one other way that you can write the angle, and that's just by going by the vertex. And so we could just say angle B. And that's just by going by the vertex, right? We're not going to really be using that, but those are the three ways that you can write the angle. Just always make sure that the vertex is in the middle. All right, on to the next part. All right, these are examples. So for your examples, you are going to be identifying the, you're not going to be identifying the type of angle as acute and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do that tomorrow. But I want you to identify the rays and the vertex that make up the angles here. So if we look at this first one, you see that ray 1 would be ray QP, or you could write QP with the arrow on top. Ray 2 would be ray QR, or QR with the arrow on top. And then the vertex for this, obviously, is Q. All right, so looking at this next one. The first ray that you could make with this would be ray ZY. I'm just going to use the symbols from now on. Or ray ZA. Or the vertex is Z. And then for this last one, you could have ray NO, ray NM, or the vertex for this one is just N. All right, great. You're filling this out on your document, I'm sorry, on your Google form as I'm doing this. All right, for the next one, this is practice with Mr. Roberts. So if at any point you feel like you're getting this, you can pause the video, work through the problems. When you're done, unpause the video, and then go on. Do not go on to the next section until I tell you to do so. All right, so it says identify the type of angles as acute, obtuse, right, or straight. We're not doing that. That's tomorrow. We're just going to identify the rays and the vertex. So the ray for this one is TU, or ray TS. So start with the vertex. So the vertex is T. For this one, we have ray ZY, starting with Z, going towards Y. Ray ZA, starting with Z, going towards A. Or vertex is just Z. And then for this last one, you have ray ED, start with the D, going to the E. Or ray EF, start with the E, going towards the F. And the vertex would be E. If I wanted to name this ray that is shown here, which one would I choose? This is showing a line, so this would actually look like this. Kind of almost close, but it's a line going in both directions. This is showing a line segment. This is showing another line segment. This is showing a ray. Starting with T going towards S. And this is also showing a ray. Starting with S and going towards T. That's the one we want. Because this one, it's starting with the endpoint going towards the letter S, and that's not what that picture is showing. So always when you're writing your rays, make sure you are starting with the endpoint first. All right. For this next part, you are practicing on your own. So you are doing just what we just did, identifying the rays that make up the angle, and then also writing the vertex letter, and then answering that multiple choice question. When you're done with this, unpause it to check your answers, and then don't go on to the exit ticket until I tell you to go. angle is part. It's two rays that have the same endpoint. The answer is C. All right, for your exit ticket, you are looking at an angle here, angle BKR. You're going to use it to answer the question below or to the side here. So, what rays make up this angle? So you're just going to answer that question, and then you're also going to answer the multiple choice question as well. When you're done, as always, ST Math for 15 minutes so that your brain stays warm. Pause the video. When you're done with your exit ticket, you can unpause the video to check your answer. All right, here we go. Should have two answers for the first one. And that last question, what is an array? Array is a line, a part of a line with one endpoint that extends in one direction forever. So the answer is B. All right, have a good day. Bye.